is my brain. This is my brain after dedicating my life to Teletubbies this week. Any questions?
To videotaping the show. I do.
Butt lovers, welcome to an episode of Lore Lite. Now, what is Lore Lite? In my lore series, I watch every single episode of the series I cover. In Lore Lite, sometimes I don't do that. Also, Lore Lite isn't just limited to kids shows. We can cover sitcoms, video games, toys, sometimes a book report crossover. In this instance, we are comparing trippy, surreal media. Teletubbies' original run was from 1997 to 2001, and Boohbah ran from 2003 to 2006. At the very top of my research process, I realized that these two shows were made by the same person, so yeah, that checks out. As always, my videos are not intended for children, but instead young adults and adults just looking for a goofy, silly time. So legally, you're not allowed to get mad at me when I curse, okay?
Teletubbies!
Watching through the first episode of Teletubbies, it was amazing how much I remembered, and at the same time, how much I had absolutely no recollection of. Were there always bunnies on the field? I hope the Teletubbies actors never accidentally stepped on them. I feel like putting somebody in a costume with low visibility and having them sprint towards rabbits is probably not a good idea. Baby Sun still steals the show for me. There's something about a baby show world revolving around a literal baby sun that's so on the nose in such a silly, fun way. We, of course, follow Tinky Winky, Dipsy, I don't know why this headband whitewashed Dipsy, Lala, and probably my favorite, Po. I just love how small she is. The mechanical pipe speakers that emerge from the ground are known as voice trumpets. This is how they're listed on the wiki and also on the official Teletubbies YouTube. Throughout the very long run of this series, it's never revealed who's operating them, so we can consider these guys their own species, which is fun. The wiki even lists them as supporting characters. After the theme song portion of each episode, the Teletubbies run away, and the ominous voice trumpets ask us, where have the Teletubbies gone? I don't have to answer to you. I'm not a snitch. We see inside their futuristic Bunker Hill, and my favorite part of the show as a kid, and as an adult too apparently, is watching them eat. Yeah. They ate. As circular, smiley, tubby toast is launched onto each of their plates, we hear them count.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This was something else I forgot about. I forgot they could talk. I thought they only said their names like Pokemon and said eh-oh when they're excited. But no, they've been talking. They actually speak a lot. We just haven't been listening. Have you thought about that? After they've eaten their tubby toast, the sparkling pinwheel summons them because it's time for their antenna and TV tummy powers. Their powers of seeing children living outside in the real world only works when the pinwheel declares it so. They have their routine and their world makes them stick to it. We see their antennas and TV tummy screens light up as they exclaim their names once again as if to say, choose me, choose me. This episode it's Tinky Winky's turn, and when his TV tummy screen turns on, we see a human child Ned and his father playing with bikes. It was very cute, but I was in absolute awe when the Teletubbies said, again, and they played the entire segment again. Is that gonna happen every time? Was my mom valid for hating the show? Next segment, something new poofed into Tubbyland. Po asked the narrator, what is that? And the narrator explained, it's a flag. The narrator said very matter-of-factly, Po decided to wave the flag. Based on Po's reaction, this wasn't actually something that occurred to her until the narrator told her to.
Po decided to wave the flag.
Oh.
Just like everything else in her Teletubby life, she just goes with it. I have an even stranger comparison based on this scene alone. I feel like a Yo Gabba Gabba Teletubbies crossover would go so incredibly hard. What if the narrator was just DJ Lance Rock putting on a different voice? And this is just one of his many other worlds. I mean, we've seen DJ Lance speak things like this into existence before.
Plex can drive!
Yes, I can drive.
Po decided to wave the flag.
Oh.
In the end, the flag disappears without warning. A cruel lesson from the Teletubbyland that nothing lasts forever. The Teletubbies hug, completely unfazed. The pinwheel spins and sparkles once again, so we know some truly magical shit is about to happen. The Teletubbies climb up this hill to witness whatever the hell the pinwheel has to show them. And guys, I'm gonna let this moment play out a bit. There's no way I can do this justice, just watch it with me. What in the fucking Noah's Ark is going on here? Is the Teletubbies world the biblical end of times? Oh, and then all of these pairs of animals, including these two overgrown butterflies, just disappears. As if to say, wait, Noah and his ark died 50,000 years ago. All the Teletubbies have to say goodbye to us, even though they still want to play.
Boo!
No. The sun is setting, so the episode, which takes place over a day, has to end, as all things do. This world is so fascinating to me because it really feels like I'm watching preschooler aliens. Like, they feel so alive. This came out in 1997, as I said, but everything from the blinking to the mouth movements to the physicality and expressiveness of their voices amazes me. And also, the world is very ambiguous. Because we have no reason to believe that these voices are sinister, but with them being unseen and the creepiness of these farting voice trumpets, the internet has made plenty of creepypastas about these four, and I see why, in all honesty. Now let's look at Boohbah's first episode. After a minute and 20 seconds of this glowing orb with a rainbow tail finding random British children to laugh and dance around it, it crash lands on Earth. So here we are again with the immediate alien imagery. We see around the rainbow swirl crater the 5 Boohbahs waking up from their cradles. We have Humba, Jingba, Jumba, Zing Zing Zingba, and Zumba. These tiny creatures inflate their bodies and float and flip through the air. They finally land and spin around like tops. The off-screen voiceover child yells for Zumba! And then Zumba, the purple Boohbah, works out like he's doing Zumba.
Oh my god, like his name.
Also take a good look at their features. This is why I made my eyebrows little polka dots. The sequence continues and the voiceover child calls each of the Boohbahs by name, and this is where we learn that their name acts as a command. When somebody calls on them, they run up to us, shift their shifty little eyes from side to side, and then join in whatever workout the group is doing. Somehow these little guys appear to have even less free will than the Teletubbies. The Boohbahs never directly interact with the humans. The humans just interact with the Boohbah's energy ball lair. I don't know how. These kids always sneak into this glowing orb and proceed to create a gift and then blow it up to the story people. Who are the story people? The story people are Grandmama, Grandpapa, Mrs. Lady, Mr. Man, brother and sister, and little dog Fido.
And how could I forget about Auntie? She's my favorite character.
These are little characters for the voiceover children to play with. In this episode, the gift of a jump rope is given to the brother and sister. It's clear that the story people are completely imaginary because when there are flaws to the story, the voiceover children can freeze them and fix the issue. I thought the sister jumping rope for eternity would lead to a lesson about sharing, but no, the voiceover children just froze them and gave another jump rope to the brother. This is fascinating stuff. Are you paying attention? Please hold your questions till the end. I will say, although I'm bored, I like that they're color coordinated. If there's one thing these shows have down, it's unique aesthetics. Now the voiceover kids keep freezing and making the jump rope longer and longer, so characters like Mr. Man, Mrs. Lady, Grandmama, and Grandpapa can all join in. Awesome, amazing. Where the fuck are the Boohbahs? Okay, so the story people section is over and the kids start chanting Boohbah, 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 and I'm getting hype. I feel like I'm at a concert and the headliner's about to come on stage. So I join in. Boohbah, Boohbah, Boo. Oh my god, there they are! And then they jump up and down rhythmically as their body makes whoopee cushion noises. Is this all they do? So far, the Boohbahs have no discernible difference personality-wise. I can't tell my Jingbuzz from my Zing Zing Zingbuzz. So apparently the Boohbahs are sheer energy. The only thing that's different are the colors and their names, which might not even be theirs. The human kids probably made those names up just to talk to them. But according to the wiki, they're atoms. Hi, pink atom. Hi, blue atom. No, dipshit, atoms. Like I said, just energy particles. I guess the goal is that kids watching will want to join in and exercise. But honestly, I don't even think that would work.
Athena, what are you doing?
Nothing! Also, multiple times throughout this episode, this rainbow made them float up, they would all hold hands, and sync up with this very electronic harmony that just, it hurt my ear. Bing, bing, bing. The kids repeat, Boohbah, Boohbah, over and over again as they're powering down and going back to their cradles for sleep. And the little energy ball fucks off somewhere else for their next adventure. Bing, bing, bing. Ann Wood created both the Teletubbies and Boohbah, so I wanted to hear what she was going for, her goals. I feel like I can always connect to a piece of media better when I hear from the creator, especially because although I joke and I'm a bit of a jerk, I genuinely love hearing about children's entertainment, even if it doesn't click for me. That's fine. I'm not the target demographic. I just want to learn more about it. So Ann Wood, on The Principles of Business, went on to say, children live in the same world as we do, but they perceive it differently. So her goal is to perceive the world in the same way a child does. And for developmental TV like Teletubbies and Boohbah, they're not just for kids, they're for babies. So in a way, flashy colors and textures would definitely work. It's definitely engaging. I, to this day, remember some happy chemical firing off in my brain every time I saw the Pepto-Bismol looking concoction that is Tubby custard. I wanted to eat Tubby custard so badly. Ann Wood also told BBC that the inspiration for Teletubbies was based on the concept of astronaut babies. I love the way she describes this conversation between her and co-creator Andrew Davenport.
We decided we'd go to the Smithsonian and we saw the actual spacesuits of men who just not that long ago walked on the moon. And Andy said to me, isn't it amazing? There's all this technology and you look at them and they just look like babies with nappies on toddling about.
Like I said, the imagery of these shows are the strongest thing about them to me. So the fact that this all started with an observation doesn't really surprise me. Now for Boohbah, the message of this show was revealed on a DVD, and it's exactly as I thought. It's all about movement.
The main thing is that you have engaged children totally with movement.
Chalk one up for big brain Athena, seeing the complexity that is Boohbah. I earned my BFA! Ann Wood also goes on to talk about the, in her words, two-dimensional story people. They are used as a tool for the kids to interact with the plot. I personally feel like asking more direct questions like Dora works better, instead of presenting kids with a very vague problem, and then offering the magical solution of just blow on the screen. I felt like I was truly starting to understand Ann Wood and Andrew Davenport's creative vision, and then I heard about how they fired Tinky Winky's original actor, Dave Thompson, in a very unprofessional manner. And the reason they gave was really stupid. Right before everyone else in the cast went to a wrap-up party, Dave Thompson was handed a letter from an accountant, which essentially said, "You're fired." The reason? His interpretation of Tinky Winky, I don't know why I put the air quotes there, was unacceptable. People claim that this was amidst the Tinky Winky gay controversy, but that didn't really pick up until 1999, and Dave was fired in 1997. I don't really know, but I don't like the way they went about it.
I'm gonna eat. Yeah.
I want to discuss Tubby Custard in great detail. So let's discuss the episode Swimming with Stephanie and the episode Milking Cows. The episode Swimming with Stephanie opens with a shot of the Teletubbies napping in the field. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds peaceful, serene, maybe a lovely aesthetic moment, and you would be wrong. The actors had to lie down in these costumes, and the rabbits got so close to Tinky Winky. It truly felt like I was watching a horror. I know I say that a lot because I'm soft, but like, PETA is on speed dial, dude. Look. He has to look down. Now there's two that go right up to him, and they have to fall to the floor. Look how he keeps looking down. He's stressed. I'm stressed. I mean, he handled that expertly, but fuck. I'm also fuming at the fact that there was a cutaway in between where they show close-ups of the rabbits, and then they go back to the Teletubbies lying down, and no one on production moved that rabbit from under Tinky Winky's ass, dude. And now this dude has to navigate standing back up without crushing the creature.
One of you could have moved it!
He accomplishes this. He stands up without crushing the rabbit. I don't know how, but like, oof. I was holding my breath. Enough is enough. I was trying to ignore this, but now I have to do research to make sure these rabbits are okay. I'm probably gonna regret looking this up. I tried to find the original source for this information, but instead I found the exact same article copy and pasted on both Huffington Post and Yahoo Finance. What these rabbits have to do with finance is beyond me, but I'll just use the wiki as my source again, okay? So the wiki taught me that these breed of rabbits are Flemish giants, which are massive. The average size of Flemish giant rabbits are anywhere from 2.5 feet to 4 feet. What? Why did they choose these massive rabbits? Well, it was to hide how massive the Teletubbies are. Poe, the one I always look at and think, oh, she's so tiny. She's over 6 feet tall. And Tinky Winky is 10 feet tall. Something else pretty kooky about the filming experience is that apparently the rabbits kept fucking on camera. She tinky on my winky till I po. Sorry. These strange rabbit fun facts, as well as the true height of the Teletubbies, are featured in a BuzzFeed article, 16 things you never wanted to know about the Teletubbies, but we're going to tell you anyway. Wow, so there must be even more wild facts. Let's see. The Teletubbies' height, we got that. Rabbits, yep, okay. Number 3, apparently there's racial diversity among Teletubbies. Wait, why would that be something I never wanted to know? I already knew, I have eyes. Why is that being framed as strange? That's so weird. Okay, wait, even more on the rabbits. So I don't know how reliable this is, but according to this article from Daily Mail, John Simmet, the actor who played Dipsy, explained that they had earpieces during production, because like I expected, there is low visibility in those costumes. So they had these earpieces so production could warn them if they were getting too close to a rabbit, which isn't funny, but can you imagine that being your job? Alright, so just so you're aware, there's a rabbit to your left, but you should be good to walk forward. No, wait! It hopped in front of you! Lala, stop! The article went on to say that Nikki Smedley, the actor who played Lala, wrote in her book that she accidentally kicked a rabbit one time. Now, me personally, you couldn't torture that information out of me. I would scream and sob at the mere mention. I'd be a fucking mess. But lo and behold, I think I found the one person on Earth who overshares more than I do.
My wife's ass! Fucking rabbits.
This show about her life is told through a medley of moments. Get it like her name. Anyway, she may be the most interesting person alive, and I just bought a copy of her book. It's on the way. I hope she apologizes to the rabbit in it. I'll report back to you. So after that terrifying suspense of will Tinky Winky crush this rabbit right in front of my very eyes, we move on to the TV screens, and the namesake of this episode, Swimming with Stephanie, takes place. A kid named Stephanie learns how to swim. They play this twice, and for the sake of transparency, I didn't watch this. I'm here for Teletubbies. Why on earth would I watch a random human kid?
Why? What have children ever done for me?
We see just how in control of the world the narrator is when he asks the Teletubbies, do you know what happened? And then goes on to explain that a puffy cloud went inside their house. We see this happen after the narrator declares it so.
And do you know what happened? No. The little puffy cloud floated indoors.
More world-bending shenanigans from the narrator. I'm on to you, DJ Lance. The clouds have turned their lair into every overpriced pop-up photo op in New York City. Nunu the vacuum creature, I'm glad we're finally talking about him, looks like he's getting zooted. High as fuck, ripping on that cumulonimbus. But none of that matters, for now is the moment of truth. It's Tubby Custard time. The reason we're watching this episode in the first place. I remember this being so satisfying. Let's watch. Oh, I don't remember it sputtering out like that. I thought it was a steady stream. The Teletubbies start to get annoyed about how in the way the clouds are.
Inconvenient.
Oh my god, that was a 4-syllable word. I'm actually amazed at their speech capabilities. Nunu sucks up Lala's spilt Tubby Custard and all the clouds and spits up this pink Tubby Custard cloud outside. Nunu, like every other robot sidekick we've seen, gets the job done. Unlike other shows we've seen, however, the Teletubbies appear genuinely grateful. I'm going to piss off the Boohbah fans with this one, but I thought the one thing Boohbah had over Teletubbies was the dancing. Yet here we are at the end of this episode, where the Teletubbies are dancing in unison. They look great. They're rolling around. I want to see both sides, I really do, but as you can see, my bias is just being confirmed right now. Although I will say the repetition is a lot even for me. In the Teletubbies episode Milking Cows, they have to figure out how to fix the Tubby Custard machine. Watching each of their attempts amused me for a bit. Lala was like, maybe it'll work if I beat the shit out of it. And then Dipsy tries a sort of dance or intimidation. And then by the time we get to Tinky Winky, dude is so defeated his hand is shaking. So none of their attempts work, but of course the narrator has the solution. He suggests that they sing a special song. So they sing this song, and I'm not gonna lie, these little dudes, these ginormous dudes, cannot sing for shit. Imagine the British narrator just turning into Simon Cowell. Bloody terrible job, everybody. And then when the Tubby Custard machine works again, he turns into Gordon Ramsay. It's raw! And he just smacks the shit out of the Tubby Custard. No, instead they sing this song and they bring the Tubby Custard machine back to life, implying that the thing wasn't working because it needed joy in its life. The Tubby Custard machine was depressed, and the power of the song healed it, right? Well, not quite. They actually had to sing this song 3 times.
Brother, this guy stinks!
3 times!
Dipsy is really killing it, though, I must say. Now, as for Boohbah, I thought the hot dog episode could add a great contrast while still adding to the food theme of this section. What the fuck am I saying? So the most unique section of each episode is the story people. And for a show called Boohbah, so far they really are the most uninteresting thing about this show. Yeah, I said it. This story time follows Grandpapa and Grandmama eating a giant hot dog. The physical comedy of this section is much better than the jump rope one. He can't keep his wiener in the bun. Tale as old as time, am I right? When he and Grandmama are finally about to enjoy, the voiceover kids yell, "Freeze!" The voiceover kids noticed a problem I didn't. These two old timers need sauce. The adult narrator adds some much needed commentary.
It's a big bottle of sauce.
It's a big bottle of sauce. For whatever reason, the execution of that line is poetic to me. I want that to be remixed. This is how we party. This is how we. It's a big bottle of sauce. Boom, 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 boom. What slaps even harder? Ow, what the fuck is the fact that they made this cloth wiener abomination look so appetizing? Like the ketchup thing looks like slime frosting. I was already salivating over this big bottle of sauce. But now seeing Grandmama and Grandpapa devouring it from both ends, I'll have what they're having. I also thought they were gonna Lady and the Tramp it, but they're cowards, I guess. I did not think I was gonna be more intrigued by the story people. I am more interested in these basic humans
And a dog.
than these inflatable flying weirdos. Why is that? I just feel like despite the Teletubbies also being absurd, we see a bit more humanity in them. Their strong bond, their excitement over food and everyday life, their joyous expressions, their laughter. All we see with Boohbahs are their shifty eyes and shifty attitudes. I don't trust them. I understand they're supposed to embody energy in its purest form, which is movement and not much of anything else. But what are they hiding from? We almost never see much of their retractable head, except for this one shot of Zumba. Holy shit, hello. Look at this little dude's chin, or lack thereof. Yeah. I wish they were even a little bit distinguishable from each other. Maybe one can be the type of energy you get from seeing your friends. One can be the energy you get from food. One can be the energy you get from resting. You know? Or like Teletubbies, they can have their own props. Why are the Boohbahs giving me nothing? You'd think the embodiment of energy would give me everything, but instead, they just give me one thing. It's just this. And you know what else is confusing? Wikipedia describes Boohbah as for an older age demographic than the Teletubbies. And I gotta be honest, I completely disagree with that. I understand they repeat stories less than Teletubbies. Like, if we're comparing the TV screens to the story people, then you have a case. But the actual creatures? Absolutely not. Dude, not a chance. Boohbahs lack pizzazz. Like, they lack sauce. It's a big bottle of sauce. Other than the TV events, which happen every episode, there are 7 other magical events according to the Teletubbies wiki. The one I talked about in the beginning was the Animal Parade, and I genuinely thought I was being a bit cheeky when comparing it to Noah's Ark. Little did I know that's exactly what they were going for. Kind of a strange thing to be in Teletubbies, but we proceed. The other 6 are the Magical House, the Tap Dancing Teddy Bear, the Magic Tree, the 3 Ships, Little Bo Peep, and lastly, the Lion and the Bear, which was banned in the United States for scaring children. So I watched it and took a tally of the things I think unnerved the kiddos. They shouldn't have had the bear do this. It's a wooden cutout. The tongue was a bit much, but I think the lion was the real offender. The lion's roar made the clouds move. A very intense and menacing introduction. Quite the tone shift in this Teletubbies world. Also, he mentions his sharp teeth and that he's even scary from the back and scary underneath.
What?
I'm not gonna lie, if I heard my kid watching that, I would change the channel immediately. Like, I understand they're going for a nursery rhyme, but the entire story is a bear hiding and the lion hunting her. And while the bear is mocking and finding the danger she's in amusing, there's no indication that they're friends and just playing. So it just feels like the Teletubbies are witnessing a hunt. After this, I watched through all the magical events, and the only one I remember really sticking with me from when I was a child was the tap dancing bear. I fucking love this dude. Kids nowadays have the beatboxing puppy, but I had the dancing bear. I'm trying to find what connects each of these events because they're all so jarring in such unique ways. Since there are 7 events, I naturally tried to connect them to the 7 sins, since that's always fun. I thought easy, Lion and the Bear is wrath, magic wilting tree is sloth, the animal parade is lust, since each of those 2 animals are gonna have to repopulate the earth. Pride is the house with the singing boy, the most boring magical event in my opinion, I'm just gonna say it. Envy are those boats, because the Teletubbies will literally never see an ocean again in their lifetime. Greed is Little Bo Peep, hoarding all her sheep. But wait, that leaves gluttony to the dancing bear, so that doesn't check out.
Maybe he is gluttony, since he's eating all you bitches up.
Maybe these 7 events are pointing to the end of times. Dancing Bear signifies how the Teletubbies are being watched by a godlike being. Just as they're looking down at the bear, our sky god looks down at them. Then we have the tree, the inevitability of change and death. The boy singing in his house symbolizes loneliness. Little Bo Peep, a story about being lost and then feeling found. Then finally, the animal parade is of course Noah's Ark. And then we actually witness the flood. The Teletubbies' TV belly screens are the connection they have to the humanity that came before them. Again, they beg for us to have another chance. But it's too late. Boohbah tried to warn us and prevent us from the sin that is sloth, but we succumbed to it anyway. Humanity is doomed. Let's look at their websites. There's no clearer indication of who won the culture wars than when we look at these websites. Boohbahs is so bare bones. And then Teletubbies is still up and running, as we see newer clips from the reboot. Look at that, Nunu's got a new look. There's a Tubby custard ride, all things we'll look at a bit later. But let's try and go back to that Boohbah website and see what it has to offer. We have a game. And by games, I mean you can tap the characters and change their color. When I click on them, they should at least make their classic fart sound. This is ridiculous. There are these coloring pages, so I decided to make my own Boohbah-sona. Her name is Bitchbah, and she eats all the others up to be the most energetic, bubbly being. She is capable of harmonizing all on her own, and when the kids try and break into her house, she spins towards them like Sonic and knocks them down like stupid intruder bowling pins. This is the most joy I've gotten from these tiny freaks. Now let's compare TV tropes pages. Oh, look at that! Poe is bilingual. She speaks Cantonese in a couple of episodes. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Apparently they classify Nunu as jerk with a heart of gold. I didn't think I could like that dude anymore, but apparently he can get up to no good at times and can suck up the Teletubbies things and run away with them. Oh, so he's like a little dog. He's like their pet. I love that. Now moving on to Boohbah's TV tropes. And look how much shorter this list is. Viewer gender confusion. That's pretty cool. That's kind of based of them, I must say. While all the Boohbahs run on ambiguous gender, Zumba and Jumba are made to be more masculine in color and behavior, while Humba and Jingba are more feminine, and Zing Zing Zingba is the only one that falls in between the line of traditionally masculine versus traditionally feminine. Cite your sources! Which episodes are they showing these traits? They all move exactly the same and they never talk. Am I missing something? I was looking up the episodes. I watched multiple episodes. I thought they were all non-binary. I thought that was the coolest part of the show. And now you're taking that from me? Sweet dreams, Fuel? Absolutely not. How much less there is on the Boohbah TV tropes page is another very clear indication that there's just more substance to the Teletubbies. Another round goes to the Teletubbies. I really thought nostalgia was clouding my decision-making, but it seems like all facts go back around to the fact that the Teletubbies kick Boohbah around like they're a soccer ball. Teletubbies 10 feet. Boohbah 1 inch if that. Every time a Teletubby scratches their arm, a Boohbah atom dies. Boohbah doesn't have shit on the Teletubbies. And you know what? Some of you Boohbah fans need to hear this. Teletubbies outsold. Your girls could never do what my girls do. Boohbah flop. Get a Boohbah job. You heard that right, my girls are booked again. Homophobes be damned. This old fuck tried to take down Tinky Winky in the 90s for being a gay man, but he's still out here doing the damn thing. Meanwhile, that televangelist is dead. Don't fuck with Tinky Winky. In 2021, the Teletubbies official Twitter said, and I quote, "Be who you are for your pride." So let's finally get to this reboot. It aired from 2015, 14 years after the original series wrapped, to 2018. And then they brought it back again in 2022 on Netflix. Altogether, the Teletubbies has 10 seasons with 530 episodes. You see why this had to be a lore light now? I love this channel, I love these videos, I can't do that. I can't. Compare this to Boohbah's 2 seasons and 104 episodes. Now listen, over 100 episodes is not bad at all. In fact, it's very impressive. It's just no 530 episodes. Teletubbies got this one in the bag. Cultural impact, they won. No question. The Teletubbies reboot, however, is, the immersion is gone, let me tell you. The world looks so fake because it's all computer generated. Practical effects, never heard of her. Well, maybe you should. The cameras are also way too high quality. I can see the seam of this costume so clearly. Here's the thing though, I can tell the actors are having a much better time. There's no way this is 10 feet tall. It's probably much lighter and better ventilated. They don't have to worry about bunnies fucking or tripping them because they're clearly nowhere near them. It's green screened in, which is of course better for the bunnies, so I 1000% support it. I just wish it looked better. They might have been able to accomplish this if they just lowered the resolution. And my god, make more set pieces! These voice trumpets are nowhere near as menacing as they used to be. They're so tiny, and again, fake looking. One thing I found really interesting is every episode they change the baby's son. This concept I think is really cool. The show revolves around a different baby every day. It's as if the Teletubbies get to play with another friend. Aww. Now here's where I'm gonna sound like an asshole. Why don't they glow? Why is the outline of the face so harsh? At this point, just cast me.
I'm gonna do the rest like this now. You can't stop me. Why did Dipsy do a split during the intro? That looks so painful. But honestly, he did easily upstage the others, by far. His stunt was the coolest. I don't know, Poe maybe should have span on her head. For whatever reason, we move even closer to their faces, and I can see their mouths behind the mesh of the costume. It's too high resolution. They don't look alive. They look like costumes. How was it more realistic in the 90s? I'm on my boomer shit, and I can't even apologize for it because I'm right. Back in my day, they knew how to make the Teletubbies right. Like, honestly, there might have been a method to the 10-foot madness. Even the magic pinwheel doesn't have that same intensity. It doesn't have that same magic. I'm disappointed but not surprised at this point. Yeah, actually, I don't feel like being the sun anymore.
The real weirdness started when, as the antenna and belly screen magic was happening, flowers also grew around them. I think this expands their power and their impact on the world around them. I like this. What I don't like, however, is how they made their screens have play buttons on them, and now they're also touch screens. The video portion also gives off a totally different vibe. Instead of a random kid doing a realistic vlog, it's an overproduced song sung by an adult. This section lost its authenticity for sure. It feels more flashy in a way that doesn't make it stand out. A total oxymoron. I was relieved that the Teletubbies still wanted an encore with their classic again, but they didn't play the whole song again, just a section, because they're cowards. Wow, I gained character development halfway through this video.
They played the entire segment again. Is that gonna happen every time? Was my mom valid for hating the show?
I guess you don't know what you have until it's gone. The Tubby Custard Machine is now a bubble train ride that makes Tubby Custard as they ride the Tubby Custard ride. The concept's fun. I want this as a ride at Universal or something, and then at the end they give me Tubby Custard, because I'll just say it, I still want to eat Tubby Custard. That shit still looks appetizing to me. I don't know why. Back to harsh reality. Fame really changes a person. Exhibit A, Nunu. It's your boy Nunu, feeling good as Nunu with this fresh paint job. Ka-chow. I don't know how to deliver this news to you, but have you ever heard of tiddlytubbies? I remember people saying a while back that the Teletubbies had kids, and thankfully that's not what we're looking at here. What we are looking at are the tiddlytubbies. There's 8 of them. And under the trivia section of the wiki, it says that they're the Teletubbies siblings. So wait, the Teletubbies are also siblings, right? That's always what I thought. Or are 2 of these little babies Lala sisters and 4 are Poe's brothers. What's the deal? What's the combo? Also, I'm just gonna say what we're all thinking. Why are all 8 of them white? The Tiddlytubbies names are Ping, Duggle D, Ruru, Umby Pumby. That name is awesome. Dada, Mimi, Ba, and Nin. Umby Pumby is obviously the breakout star. I will never remember another name on this list, but Umby Pumby? That shit's staying with me for life. I wish Umby Pumby didn't just look like a little Lala, though. I wish Umby Pumby was this little dipshit. Okay, back to the Teletubbies. Wait, why do their eyes look like that? They look like Five Nights at Teletubbies. Should I play that? Should I play that? What's up? It's your girl, the Sun. Today, we're revisiting my old friends here. Timestamp on screen for those of you who want to skip this. I'm fucking scared. Shitting my pants. Do you hear that music? Teletubbies. Say help. I'm gonna say goodbye. Let's do night 1. Ooh, I clicked the button. I'm so brave. I'm not a gamer. I'm not a horror gamer. I'm just the Sun. Oh! I didn't mean to do that. Why can I run? Oh. I don't like this. I don't like this. Does it jump? Does it? Or does it? Ah, fuck you! What the fuck? There's no flashlights. There's no doors. Ew. Poe, you're my favorite. Why would you do this to me? Ew. It came out of nowhere. It didn't come out of a door. Ooh, I hated that. So how did I lose? What did I do wrong? I should have listened to the phone call. The only tool I have is to just play music if they show up on the camera. I think there should be more gameplay. Like, I feel like I deserve, like, a fighting fucking chance. Oh, okay. There. Oh, that's funny. What scares them away is the time for Teletubbies. Wait. I feel like that gets her closer to me. Because that's what they do before they... I think I fell for their fucking trap. I gotta stop going like this because I literally disappear. I forget. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. Oh, right there. Did it work? Ah! It's always Poe. I haven't seen another motherfucker yet. It's always eyeless Poe. Even though I played the noise, I did such a good job. I was so strategic about it. It was an illusion. It was me the whole time, guys. It was me, Athena, the whole time. I'm not the Sun. Wanna know what's scarier? I just found out the Teletubbies also has 4 spin-offs. Bruh. If there is any soul brave enough to consume all the Teletubbies media, which again is 530 episodes, plus the 4 spin-offs, please tell me your theories. I fear there's so much more to explore, but I'm afraid for my sanity. Despite that, welcome to a section I'm calling, Why Do Parents Complain When Instead They Can Just Parent? Dude, for as mindless as this show seems sometimes, it will never be as mindless as the thought process of, oh no, my child likes something that I don't think is good for their development. Whatever will I do? Reminder that no one is forcing your kids to watch anything that's on TV. Take a more active role in their screen time. If you're gonna demand for people to cancel certain shows when instead you can just monitor what your kid watches, you are the problem. You are the asshole. It's finally happening. So apparently the original Tubby custard was an inedible mashed potato mess. And I remember looking at the consistency again after I heard that, and I was like, how on earth is that a fucking potato that they turned into this liquid? It's not thick at all. This is just like condensed milk. I didn't do the whole mashed potatoes thing. That didn't seem right. I wanted it to be sweet. Okay. As I enjoy my Tubby custard and my Tubby toast, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. Sorry the time I spent talking about both series wasn't even at all, but at the same time, a ratio. Have a great day. Bye!